The city of Lagos is the future for a greater Nigeria. A city experiencing purposeful and visionary governance and leadership to maintain its mantra as a center of excellence. This is the city we love talking about on the City of Lagos TV show. Welcome. As the ongoing 2025 Lagos State Ministerial Press Briefing is gathering momentum, their commissioners are making more revelations about their significant giant strides in delivering on their mandate, vision, and mission statement. Welcome to Lagos Update on the City of Lagos TV show as we bring you fresh updates from the venue of the press briefing, Bangalto Press Center, Alausa, Ikeja. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. First, from the ministerial briefing, the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Babajide, gave an impressive account of a laudable, people-oriented policy initiatives that has transformed the welfare status of the vulnerable women and youths in Lagos at the 2025 Ministerial Press Briefing in Lagos State. While reeling out various efforts and achievements of the ministry, the Commissioner noted that the activities of the ministry is hinged on a celebration of intentional governance, people-centered policies, and life-changing programs that has shaped the future of Lagosians.
Skill Acquisition Development Unit that is saddled with the responsibility of coordinating the 20 skills acquisition centers in Lagos State had 10,464 students graduated from 2023 till date, and another 5,013 students will be graduating in the next 2 months. These centers are spread across the 5 divisions of the state, and as a responsible government, we will continue to sustain this empowerment program in line with the mandate given to us as a ministry. In 2023, about 4,652 students graduated, and in 2024, about 5,512 students graduated. The Skills Acquisition Centers also participated in the World Creativity and Innovation Day. This is a day set aside by the United Nations General Assembly every 21st of April of each year, where people come together to show their creativity and innovation. We as the ministry decided to key into this program to help and enable our students to showcase their skills and be creative about those things that they have been taught. It's one thing to teach them the basic knowledge. It's another thing for them to be creative about what they know. You can see the pictures of what our students were able to come up with in the 2024 International Creativity and Innovation Day. The following are the vocations available at our 20 skills acquisition centers. We have the barbing, the catering, the computer. I won't go through everything to save us time. Then we have our poverty alleviation department, the Micro Enterprise Support Initiative. This is a social intervention program set up by the state government through the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. It is a program where our students that have graduated from our skills acquisition centers across the 5 divisions of Lagos State are given equipment. 70% of our beneficiaries for our Micro Enterprise Support Initiative. WAPA has played a pivotal role in implementing interventions targeted at the poor and vulnerable women and youths across Lagos State. Through Results Area 1, DLI 1.3, that is the Livelihood Support Delivery Platform, WAPA facilitated the identification, verification, and empowerment of 7,322 vulnerable residents across all the 57 LGAs and LCDAs. And beneficiaries were given soft skills training and one-off payment of grants as startup support for their businesses. We also celebrate the International Widows' Day, which is celebrated on the 23rd of June every year. The purpose is to recognize the vital role widows play in the society and to advocate for their rights, as well as to provide them with necessary support. As part of the activities lined up by the ministry to mark the International Widows' Day, 4,800 widows were given financial support as part of the ministry's efforts towards supporting them in their various businesses in the last 2 years.
The Lagos State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusoya, gave an impressive account of the ministry's achievements so far under the Babajide Sanwo-olu-led government at the ongoing 2025 Lagos State Ministerial Press Briefing. The commissioner, while rolling out significant efforts of the ministry, noted the set objectives of the ministry to build a resilient and sustainable food system that ensures food security for all Lagosians.
These strategic pillars have translated into tangible achievements across 6 key areas, and the first being training and capacity building, where over 100,500 farmers and fishermen have been trained in modern agricultural practices, enhancing productivity and livelihoods. The second is in agricultural infrastructure development, which is the completion of the Lagos rice mill at Imota, which was commissioned in 2023, occupying 8.5 hectares of land. It has the capacity to produce 2.4 million 50 kilo bags of rice annually, creating over 1,500 direct jobs and over 254,000 indirect jobs. We also have the Lagos Central Food Systems and Logistics Hub at Ekpe, and this hub represents a flagship project by the state government to modernize and secure the state's food distribution ecosystem. Conceptualized as part of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu's broader vision for agriculture and food systems transformation, the hub is designed to serve as a central, data-driven and technologically integrated complex for food aggregation, storage, processing, and distribution. Upon completion, it will stand as the largest food logistics hub in sub-Saharan Africa and will feature facilities to serve over 1,500 40-ton trucks daily. And it is expected to boost the over 14 trillion food market in Lagos. With the expected completion of phase 1 within the next few months, it will be a game changer in the Nigerian food sovereignty plan, considering the emulation of Lagos as a pioneer, as seen recently in the adoption of the project by other states. Upon completion, Lagos anticipates, or Lagosians should anticipate, an impactful reduction in food prices due to the integrated facilities like cold and dry storage, a large capacity abattoir, a jetty for streamlined goods for transportation. Also, the establishment of middle-level agro-produce hubs, such as the one at Idioro in Mushin, where food valued at over 3 billion naira has been traded since the commissioning. Sites for 3 additional middle-level hubs are currently under construction, and these are at Abijo in the Bejuleki area, just right at Otedola, at Agege in Penn Cinema, and also at Okwebi. Also, we have identified other suitable areas, and these also construction would commence shortly. Also, the establishment of the cattle transit station and ranches at Igbodu. We also have construction of farm access roads over 13 kilometers, 6 jetties, 15 cottage processing centers for farmers across the state under the Appeals Project and the Lagos Cares Project in collaboration with the World Bank. And we also have the Lagos Agric Scholars School Farms, which is designed to expose students to modern and urban agricultural skills. Over 50 senior secondary schools and 3 correctional centers have benefited from the program. And the third key area would be in enterprise support financing, where over 151,595 agribusinesses have received support through grants, input tools and advisory services, enabling them to scale sustainably. We have the Agri-Innovation Club grant, where we had 26 agro-innovators win grants ranging from 1 million, 1.5 million to 7.5 million each. We have the Eco Flavors project, where we supported over 30 upcoming chefs in the culinary skills and implement. We have the ministry's initiatives through the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority and FADAMA, where over 70,200 beneficiaries across several value chains benefited. We have the Lagos Trader Money, where about 15,000 market traders across the 57 local governments and LCDAs benefited by getting 50,000 naira each. We have the Oyedepo Farmer Subsidy Program, where over 4,000 farmers actually benefited. We have the Oyedepo Food Discount Market vendors, where over 5,000 vendors participated across several months when we ran the program. We have the Lagos Agripreneurship Program, where over 1,200 beneficiaries have benefited in terms of enterprise financing. We have the Lagos Cares Project, where over 33,639 beneficiaries have been empowered. We have the Coconut Processing Training and Empowerment that has given grants to over 600 beneficiaries. We have Apiculture Training, which is beekeeping, where we have about 300 beneficiaries. We have the Rice Development Production, where over 1,300 beneficiaries have gotten grants.
The Honorable Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Urban Development, Dr. Oluyinka Olumide, gave an impressive account of his ministry's innovative and significant policy initiatives, as well as strategic urban rejuvenation and fiscal development of Lagos State at the 2025 Lagos State Ministerial Press Briefing. Dr. Olumide noted that in keeping with the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu, the ministry has exhibited the determination to achieve a sustainable smart city in which a 21st century economy shall prevail.
To ensure that all parts of the state are covered by plan, Lagos State Government, through the Office of Fiscal Planning, initiated review the following plans. The Ikorodu Sub-Regional Master Plan 2017 to 2037, which is already completed. The Koshofe Model City Plan 2020 to 2024, which is also fully completed. The Lagos Island Model City Plan, which is about 85% completion. Ibeju-Lekki Model City Plan, which is also about 85% of completion. The review of the Alimosho Model City Plan, which is fully completed. The review of the Badagry Master Plan, which is also at about 85% completion. And lastly, the Lekki Comprehensive Master Plan. The Ikorodu Sub-Regional Master Plan, initiated in 2016, has been completed, having received the final report from the consultants within the reported period. Likewise, the Koshofe Model City Plan, awarded in August of 2020, has been completed with the necessary milestones, including the submission of inception and baseline reports, organization of the inception workshop, completion of the draft final, public display, final stakeholders, sensitization, as well as submission of the final reports by the consultant, that's Urban Planning Smart Solution Limited. Equally important is the Lagos Island Model City Plan, which is being prepared to address the fast growth of development in Lagos Island sub-region and is at about 85% completion. The project awarded to Dal Handasa is awaiting the submission of the final report. Having gone through all these stages, the reviewed Lekki Comprehensive Master Plan is also at about 85% completion stage, while the review of Alimosho Model City Plan is completed with the receipt of the final report from the consultant, Corporate Castle Limited. In the same vein, the review of the Badagry Master Plan has reached 85% completion as we await the submission of the final report, while the Ibeju-Lekki Model City Plan project is also at about 85% completion. Like all others, the Ibeju-Lekki Model City Plan is instructive as it is required to address the observed negative effects of growth and development and manage future growth in one of the fastest growing corridors in the states.
And still from the ministerial briefing, the Permanent Secretary of the Lagos State Parastatals Monitoring Office, PMO, Adetutu Oshosonya, gave an impressive, significant effort, strategic initiatives to ensure effective monitoring of the various agencies and parastatals to ascertain their level of quality service delivery and revenue generation. The Permanent Secretary also noted that the outcomes of their monitoring and evaluation exercise indicates that the various agencies and parastatals are performing optimally to realize their set goals, vision, and mandate in line with the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu.
The management team of the office, led by the Permanent Secretary, conducted a successful walking tour and on-the-spot assessment of 36 parastatals, agencies, and government-owned companies between May and October last year. This was aimed at ascertaining their current state of affairs, familiarization with the operations of these entities, and engagement of the PMO team with the CEOs and their management staff towards fostering a better service delivery. The following were looked into: the vision and mission of each agency as it aligns with the Themes Plus agenda, establishment of clear-cut, measurable objectives with results that can be measured periodically by their key performance indicators, the KPIs, to review their current enabling law to meet up with the modern trends, and also to inquire about the status of the agency's constituted board. To ensure the rendition of up-to-date audited accounts and financial reports within 6 months after the end of the preceding financial year. The current state of the office equipment, facilities, and environment, and also identify for improvement gaps and provide solutions as needful. The walking tour and on-the-spot assessment exercise provided the PMO the opportunity to engage and interact directly with the CEOs, brainstorm, share ideas, and ensure that the management team are also assessed. We also visited the facilities of the agencies during the tour for assessment. We also engaged in the parastat revenue generating meeting with the acronym is PAGEM. PAGEM was created to provide a platform for close monitoring of activities of revenue generating parastatals in a bid to identify and provide solutions to issues hindering the generation of revenue in the state with the following objectives. We get first-hand information on their revenue generated. We look at the sub-elements of those revenue. We measure this revenue performance vis-a-vis targets. We examine the effectiveness of strategies adopted by the parastatals in revenue collection. Then we look at the standardization methods of revenue collection amongst the agencies. We identify challenges against set targets and profile collective solutions. We identify non-performing parastatals and see how their processes can be improved. We promote transparency in governance through this meeting, and we also recommend informed decisions we make recommendations to Mr. Governor in making informed decisions. In the light of this, 2 PAGEM meetings were held in the year 2024 to assess and review the revenue performance of 80 agencies that are involved in revenue generation. During the PAGEM, we also ensure that knowledge sharing is made amongst the agencies, whereby agencies share their experiences about what they do differently to meet up with their revenue set targets.
The Honorable Commissioner for Finance, Bayomi Oluyomi, gave an impressive account of how the ministry has effectively generated revenue, managed the state's resources, and formulated purposeful overall strategic policies for the state's economic growth and development under Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu's administration. The commissioner supported his account with verifiable statistical data.
Depending on where you get your data from, people will tell you that Lagos State has a population of 22 million, some will say 28 million. But to govern and deliver the dividend of democracy to those people involves huge amounts of money. I must commend the leadership and the unwavering support of Mr. Governor, the Deputy Governor, and my dedicated colleagues who continue to drive our collective focus towards building a better Lagos. Under my leadership, the Minister of Finance has undergone significant transformation, introduced new innovations, and reviewed key processes despite the economic challenges faced over the past 2 years. These efforts reflect our commitment to generate additional revenue and to prudently manage our finances and resources in order to contribute to the achievements recorded across the administration's development initiatives. We sincerely appreciate all constructive feedback and valuable suggestions. Let me establish this. People will ask, what is the purpose of Minister of Finance? What are the objectives? What are the primary duties of Minister of Finance? The Lagos State Minister of Finance is primarily responsible for generating revenue and managing the state resources, formulating the overall financial strategies, policies, procedures, and overseeing public financial management to promote economic growth and development, including managing, controlling, and monitoring revenues. Whether the revenues are from the state, the one we call IGR, or it's from federal government, the one we call federal transfers. And we also manage expenditures. So some of the roles of the Minister of Finance include generating, collecting, and disbursing government revenue, formulating policies on taxation, tariffs, fiscal management, preparing annual accounts for ministries, departments, and agencies, managing domestic and foreign debt. It is also responsible for optimizing returns from state investment portfolio. I mean, people will say, with these big, significant, and tremendous responsibilities, how is Minister of Finance able to do it? Let me assure you, as a matter of fact, we call it Ministry of Finance family. It's a big family where everybody pulls his weight, right from the Special Advisor, Taxation and Revenue, to the Accountant General, to the Permanent Secretary, Debt Management Office, to the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Finance, to the Chairman of PPA, to the MD of Ibile Holdings. Now, who are the members of this finance family that Lagos State rely upon, that all the citizens of Lagos rely upon to be able to provide the dividend of democracy? These are the members of the finance family. We have Minister of Finance headquarters, review of financial activities of generating MDAs and foster collaborations towards overall revenue of the state. We have the Debt Management Office. They are responsible for managing the debt profile holistically and formulating debt policies and procedures. We have the State Treasury Office. They manage the financial resources of government by maximizing revenues from available funds and minimizing cost of financing. We have the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Authority. They regulate the lottery and gaming activities, making Lagos State the hub of all gaming activities in Africa. We also have the Wharf Landing Authority. They collect wharf landing fees on goods entering Lagos ports. We have the PPA, Lagos Public Procurement Agency. They are responsible for ensuring transparency, competitiveness, accountability, and due process in public procurement in the state. We have Office of Valuation. The Office of Valuation, they value the property of the state, they take inventory of the property, and they also make sure that the property of the state are well, kept. We have one of the biggest member of the family, that is Special Advisor, Office of Special Advisor, Taxation and Revenue. They are created to design policies to widen the tax set and meet tax payments for taxpayers.
And still from the ministerial press briefing, the Honorable Commissioner for Housing, Lagos State, Moruf Akindero Fatai, gave an impressive account of efforts and initiatives of his ministry in line with the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu with regards to implementing laudable housing policies to address affordable housing delivery in Lagos State. The commissioner noted that the activities of the ministry in the housing sector had significantly increased astronomically house ownership in the city of Lagos.
The administration in June 2024 delivered and commissioned the Egon Mixed Housing Estate Cluster 1, comprising of 270 units of two-bedroom apartments. This increased the number of the housing estates so far delivered across the 5 administrative divisions of Lagos State by Mr. Babajide Sanwo-olu administration to 21 since 2019. The effort of the ministry in providing affordable homes through direct budgetary funding has yielded 3,994 units of 1, 2, 3, and 3 bedrooms, while public-private partnership across the housing sector provided additional 5,976 homes for allotees. Therefore, this administration has increased the housing stock with a total of 9,970 home units in the last 6 years. Currently, the ministry has 5 ongoing housing schemes, which are Igondo Mixed Housing Scheme Cluster 2 and 3, with a total of 576 units in Igondo Ikotu local development area in Alimosho local government. This is undergoing construction with projection of completion in the first quarter of 2026. The Lagos Home Otedola Phase 2, located in Onitsha, East LCDA, consists of 528 housing units and is projected to be completed by the third quarter of year 2025. Epe Housing Scheme, Itama in Epe local government, is also projected to produce 112 housing units by the fourth quarter of year 2025. Lagos Home Ajara in Badagry local government has 420 home units with a projected date of completion second quarter of year 2025. Lastly, Lagos Homes Ibese Phase 2 with 192 units in Igbogbo Bayeko LCDA is proposed to be completed by the third quarter of year 2025.
And finally, from the Lagos State Ministerial briefing on this broadcast, the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Folashade Ambrose Medebem, gave an impressive and encouraging account of her stewardship and the significant policy initiatives, strategic investment opportunities created by the ministry to drive the trade and commercial growth of Lagos State. The Commissioner posited that the blueprint of the Themes Plus agenda of Mr. Governor gave the desired guidance and framework to deliver on the ministry's mandate.
Overall word in the Ministry of Commerce, Cooperative Trade and Investment for 2025 is transformation. And we've really identified that because that's essentially what we want to achieve. So we're taking bold steps and making sure that we're identifying and creating a transformative blueprint in order to revolutionize the way commercial and industrial sectors operate. PPP is key, digital innovation is key, and ensuring that we're driving prosperity, shared prosperity, in order to enhance efficiency, streamline operations, and ensure sustainable economic growth. Entrepreneurial spirit is thriving, and we are indeed maintaining our position as the commercial first hub of Africa. And so over the past year, MCCCI has accelerated initiatives to transform Lagos into a 21st century economy. And it's really important when I say 21st century economy, this is in accordance and in line with Mr. Governor Babajide Olusola's development framework, Themes Plus. And the M is making Lagos State a 21st century economy. And we have actually keyed into that very, very aggressively by ensuring that we understand what that means to us. And what it means to us is that means attracting investment, empowering businesses, building sustainable industrial infrastructure, and deepening climate reform. So our objective accordingly is about ensuring we're supporting large corporates in key sectors, access to affordable finance, ensuring that we're optimizing all the free trade zones in order to continue to attract investment and facilitate industrial activities. There's no economy that cannot thrive without jobs. And when we create jobs, we generate prosperity. Enhancing revenue and promoting local production. Made in Lagos is one of our pathways.
And that's the latest update from the Lagos State 2025 ministerial briefing. We will keep you posted in our subsequent broadcast for more from other ministries and their commissioners. Up next is from the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show. We'll be right back. The determination, resilience, and progressive effort of the Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu-led government to transform the city of Lagos to an enviable height is indeed a promise made and being kept. This is evident in his giant strides in areas of policy initiatives, innovative people-oriented projects and programs at every engagement to prove his can-do spirit. So, what's new from the Governor's Office as regards his recent official engagements in recent times? Let's share them with you from the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. Join us. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-olu, commissioned, took delivery, and handed over a world-class accident and emergency center, christened the Custodian Accident and Emergency Center in Ekpe, on behalf of the people of Ekpe in particular and Lagos in general. Mr. Governor will describe the center as a symbol and a vision that aligns with the infrastructural and social responsibility of his government to deliver on his Themes Plus agenda through private-public partnership, highlighted the unique medical potentials of the center, equally charged the people to preserve and protect the facility.
This facility, like they said, is a level 4 tier facility that will triage and stabilize the event of an accident. It's difficult for us to say that this is when accident is going to happen. We don't know. But a facility, a world-class facility like this, will ensure that when it does happen, you have a place where you can bring them in first to quickly stabilize people, and we'll be able to now take it forward to know what additional level of medical facility will be required. So it's a well thought out process to ensure that the objective of custodian investment himself, like they said, they started the company like an insurance company, they're paying back, insurance premium and rest of it. But beyond that, is to be a socially responsible organization that now wants to take that message beyond just providing one arm, but to look at the entire ecosystem of ensuring that life can be safe, we can have a better economy, and we can have a better social economic development in our various cities and states. And we believe this fits very well with the objective of our government.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu was recently conducted round the educational infrastructural facility of a top-notch world-class educational institution, Charter House in Ekpe, Lagos, by the management of the school. Mr. Governor, who was quite impressed with the architectural uniqueness of the institution, took time out to interact with some of the pupils. He equally noted that his government is ready and willing to partner and support such institutions, offering quality education in the city of Lagos.
Listening and going around, you see that every little piece of what they've done is learning and instructional educational relevance too. And that for me is a critical thing. They created an ambience and environment where students learn, and the parents, I imagine, will feel very happy knowing fully well kids in an environment where true learning is taking place. So for us as a government, we should need to form and commend our investors, be it in road infrastructure, be it in health infrastructure, now in the educational infrastructure. We need to continue to say that there are different levels of requirements. This is a requirement that the private sector has, and we're happy for them, and we're willing to support them.
Finally, from the governor's office, Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu's leadership and governance of Lagos State brought about a defining moment in the ongoing transformation of Lagos' economic landscape with the official launch of the Lagos State Access to Finance for SMEs through Cooperatives program for the Honorable Commissioner of the Ministry, Folashade Kausarat Ambrose. The launching of LASMECO, which is a collaborative effort with the Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Bank of Industry and Sterling Bank, is a landmark intervention.
It is with deep honor and immense pride that I welcome you all here today to what is indeed a defining moment in the ongoing transformation of our economic landscape, the formal launch of the Lagos State Access to Finance program for MSMEs through cooperatives, also known as the Lagos State BOI Sterling Bank MSME Fund. On behalf of the Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, I extend our warmest greetings and most heartfelt appreciation to everyone gathered here, especially His Excellency, the Executive Governor, for his visionary leadership and enduring commitment to broad-based economic empowerment in Lagos State. Your presence here today, sir, is not only symbolic, it is catalytic. It affirms that we are united in purpose and aligned in vision. The vision of building an economy where opportunity is democratized, capital is accessible, and enterprise is nurtured as the bedrock of inclusive prosperity. Today, as we unveil this landmark intervention, we do so with the full understanding that micro, small, and medium enterprises are not marginal actors on the fringes of our economy. Rather, they are the economic lifeblood of Lagos.
For Mr. Governor, the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the three parties is indeed a life changer to grow the informal sector. He, however, highlighted the value, significance, and strategic benefits of the partnership to SMEs in Lagos.
We see Bank of Industry, we see Sterling Bank as not just partners, they are believers in the Lagos story. It is for us to formally unveil this laudable program, which we believe is the fulfillment of dreams for so many people. We see it as a light to thousands of our small MSMEs, a small light that is on their candle that will give them a path to prosperity and give them a path for them to know that indeed this government is working for them. And we can put this in context, by typical stories that we know and will hear all around. I know of people that are in different parts. Maybe one that is in Alimosho, who has just one shop, a small young lady of 35, just one shop, and she's just there all alone by herself. And businesses are coming because she's in a community that has a lot of citizens living around, but she doesn't have any means to scale. She doesn't have any capacity, no collateral to give to any financial institution. So it's only that one machine that her husband and herself have been able to buy that has been the only struggling thing that she has, and the small shop that he has. But she's seen that if she can get a bit more, she can actually employ 2 or 3 additional apprentices, and she can actually buy 1 or 2 more machines. Is that not so? Thank you. But whilst we're doing that, a couple of years ago, in this same ministry, they were able to give some people some small support, the support that they also could not even get in banks. That young lady, today now, I'm told, has 4 machines, has 3 apprentices, you know, and she's been able to feed her family a bit more. But that's just one story. And I tell you, that story resonates in all parts of Lagos. You know, resonates in all nooks and crannies of Lagos, in which people are waiting, are yearning for opportunity that will beckon on them for them to make a better sense of their life. Because they are hardworking people, but they need that support. And that is why we're here today. And it's the first of its type in our country where BOI and a financial institution and government are putting all of their resources together to be able to alleviate and improve that requirement for you. Today, the story that I've just said is a typical story of what we know as an MSME, micro, small, medium enterprise, which from statistics shows that almost over 90% of our people, how many people can get work in a bank? How many people can get work in an oil company? So a largest population of our people are in these MSMEs. They are the ones that are toiling every day. They are the ones on our corner street. They are the ones that have a corner shop. They are the ones that are in all those small, estate buildings. They are the ones that just want to continue to be available for themselves, for their family, and for their immediate community. There are so many unsung heroes amongst them. This program is meant to give them that backbone, is meant to give them that new freshness of heartbeat for them to see that indeed joy is coming.
For Mr. Governor, as long as governance in Lagos is concerned, the progressive actions never stops. So, the City of Lagos TV Show will be right back with our next segment, Lagos Agencies in Focus. Our special guest is the General Manager, Lagos State Public Works Corporation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show. Welcome to Lagos Agencies in Focus, where we attempt to verify, ascertain, and confirm the level of progress made so far in various agencies on the strategic ministries in line with the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu. Today, as we know, Lagos is a cosmopolitan city. For some, it's more like a construction site where at every moment there is one form of construction, maintenance, rehabilitation, and upgrade of roads, bridges, and drainages in the city. But there is one strategic agency saddled with that responsibility to make Lagos a very comfortable and operational city, especially considering the huge population in Lagos State. We're talking about the Lagos State Public Works Corporation under the able leadership of the General Manager, Tokunbo Ajanaku. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. This is a very strategic agency when it has to do with infrastructural growth of the city. So can you tell us, when was this agency established and what was its mandate, vision, and mission statement?
The Lagos State Public Works Corporation was established in 1980 under the administration of the late Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakonde. And this agency has been involved primarily in the maintenance, provision, upkeep, rehabilitation of public infrastructure in Lagos. And this has evolved over the years, expanding, focusing, redirected in several ways by different administrations. An agency of government that is involved directly in the maintenance of all public infrastructures as directed by Mr. Governor himself at every point in time. The vision is to be a leading road maintenance agency in Africa, ensuring sustainable infrastructure development. Our mission is to provide an efficient and cost-effective road maintenance service improve the drainage system, and enhance the quality of life for Lagosians with respect to transportation and public infrastructure. And I must say that without any fear, we are doing very well in that regard, which again I must say, behaving like a lizard, marking our own scripts, we've done well.
As a critical agency, you definitely have a strategic master plan in order for you to be able to achieve your mandate, vision, and mission statement. So, to what extent has your function and your responsibilities fall in line with the expectations of the Themes Plus agenda of the governor?
Primarily, we're situated right in the center of the Themes Plus agenda by ensuring that infrastructure provided is maintained, infrastructure that is not provided is provided, such that the people, the economy, social well-being is enhanced in Lagos. And how do we do that? Number one is clearly to gather data on all public infrastructure in Lagos with a view to intervening as appropriately, to ensure that our roads are properly maintained where necessary, to step up and do rehabilitation works, and in some cases to actually create those infrastructure like we do in providing some new roads when called upon by Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu.
So can you tell us, just encapsulate your major achievements and efforts to ensure that you deliver on your mandate?
Since March 2024 that I came on board as general manager of this agency, we have intervened in about 925 roads in Lagos across all the 57 LGAs and LCDAs up to this very moment. If you look at Lekki Expressway, that road is a major arterial in the Victoria Island, Etios and Lekki corridor, and constantly 24/7 we're constantly on that road, maintaining it from end to end, starting from Channel Zero at the law school right up to Abraham Adesanya, where the ongoing reconstruction of Etios and Lekki Expressway terminates in this phase 1, 2, and 3. So what we've done is that the outstanding portion of that road from law school to Abraham Adesanya, we have constantly ensured that it's in good motorable condition. The same thing you will find in several of the major roads around Lagos. Ogunosi Road, which is right in front of the Lagos State Public Works Corporation, has received constant attention. We have a saying here that every road is our concern, but of more concern to Lagosians are the major arterials. And I can assure you that you will find our men on those roads 24/7.
Now, GM, for the nature of what you do, there has to be some level of supervisory and monitoring mechanism approach put in place to access and evaluate ongoing and completed projects and the level of progress made so far. What do you have in place with this regard?
We have a very organic structure. Organic in the sense that the Lagos State Public Works Corporation has installations in 3 areas of Lagos where we have asphalt plants. And these installations are supervised by very qualified, very well-trained engineers. Also of importance, we have a system where management instructs zonal coordinators who instruct area engineers. And that means that we have layers of supervision. And we have an omnibus system of quality control and quality assurance that has minimum standard for materials and for output. And that compels that at every point in time, there are layers of appraisal for every activity that ensures quality and efficiency. And you will notice that this is an agency of government that has a standard materials laboratory attached to it. The Lagos State Material Testing Laboratory. So for everything that we do, testing is a part of our process to assure that quality is guaranteed.
Your major objective is to deliver quality service to the people of Lagos. How equipped you are is also very important in terms of human and capital resources. What's the strength like of the agency?
We have 3 plants situated in Imota, Badagry, and here in the Ojodu headquarters. We have probably the best and the biggest interlocking stone paving machine production plant in Nigeria. In terms of human capital training also, this government does not stop training. This government has an administrative system that identifies the gaps, every gap that we notice in the capacity of its officers. And immediately this is communicated to the right quarters and training is provided and actively encouraged. So I can assure you that in terms of human and capital resources, we're doing quite well. Yes, we have needs, but like every institution in the world, those needs are being addressed systematically.
So how do you coordinate your roads? Because there are designated roads local government chairmen should handle. But as a public works corporation, is there some level of synergy identifying these roads and making sure that these roads are rehabilitated or reconstructed?
The Teams Plus agenda is founded on the concept of collaborative and synergetic work, which means that every agency of government is working together, every tier of government is working together, and that automatically tells us that the Lagos State Public Works Corporation as an agency of government is compelled by the very structure of this government to work with every tier of government and every other agency of government. We do not work in silos. And I must add that the Teams Plus agenda compels every agency of government to realize that every part of Lagos is Lagos. Either it is assigned to the local government, to the federal government, to the state government. It is Lagosians that live there. It is Lagosians that use the road. It is Lagosians that would stay in the traffic caused by bad roads. So we're compelled to intervene once it is identified. And how do we get that call? We have a process that is based purely on scientific needs analysis. Every road is a prioritized road. It depends on the weight that has been assigned to it that gives it credence. Natural order must not be sidetracked. Roads that lead from community to community, business centers, health centers, educational centers, government institutions will naturally receive a higher order of priority. But every road, irrespective of where it is situated in Lagos, gets our attention. And you will be shocked that there is no local government in Lagos, there is no community in Lagos wherein you will not find us working at one point in time or the other. And where we have not reached, I can promise you that we will get there very soon.
Since you deal with the people based on your set targets and functions, what is your strategic engagement approach with community leaders, traditional rulers, local government areas, of course, which you've mentioned, and Lagosians to achieve maximum support and cooperation?
Everybody is important. And as such, for all our activities, stakeholder engagement is a critical factor. Sister agencies are also a critical factor in what we do. There is nothing that we do in the Lagos State Public Works Corporation that does not have the backing, the concurrence, and active support of the Lagos State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, the Office of Infrastructure, all other sister agencies, physical planning in terms of removal of encumbrances, all of those things come into play. And don't forget that a road is as good as the drainages, which means that everything that we do in this agency, we are in collaboration with the Office of Drainage Services and the Ministry of the Environment.
Lagos still needs more rehabilitated roads. What are your intentions and plans with regards to this?
There is something in project management called project sequencing, wherein every project is properly sequenced, that they do not become a problem or an obstacle to other projects and to the well-being of stakeholders. In choosing the projects that we attend to, when we attend to them, and how we attend to them, the concept of overall well-being must be considered. And as such, even if we had the funding and the capacity, we cannot take on all the roads at the same time and not lock up Lagos. So there must be a critical analysis of each project, its effect, and how sustainable is it to engage at a particular time. So what we do is that for every project, we have a planning department that looks at the consequence of intervention at a particular time, and as such, advise to go or not to go, which is primarily a project management concept that helps us to keep Lagos well and not clogged. So we must be very careful. As I speak with you, sir, every road that has been identified for our intervention is on a compendium, and it is from January to December, every road, which is why I said earlier that if we have not reached you, we are coming, because there is a time for us to move from point A to point B so that we do not create a problem for Lagosians.
Data is very key when it has to do with meeting up with your set targets. What's the collaboration with the EGIS?
The EGIS is the data bank of Lagos, and everything that we have is funneled back to the EGIS office. And as such, like I said earlier on, every agency of government in Lagos is connected to each other one way or the other. Now, once we gather the data, every road that needs intervention, we do what is called a scoping, and we file it away. Once we file it away in our compendium, the next activity is for us to prioritize. And that means that it is impossible for us to miss out a road in Lagos. And that is the most important thing. Once we have it captured on our database, we will give it attention ultimately based on the priority list that we have created.
How do you respond to crisis management, making sure that certain situations are checked before it escalates?
The first thing that you must do is analyze the crisis. Once you analyze the crisis, you determine your solution, and the solution must be sustainable in the sense that your solution must not create another crisis. And then immediately you do your analysis, you begin a deployment, and your deployment must be done from the place of least resistance.
Lagosians are very demanding and expectant of better days ahead for a greater Lagos. So what are the future progressive initiatives you have with regards to road construction, maintenance, and rehabilitation? More like talking to the people, really.
Let me highlight it. Today we call it Greater Lagos Rising, because we're rising and we continue to rise. And in doing that, it must rest on proper, functional, efficient infrastructure. And it cannot be proper, it cannot be functional, it cannot be efficient if we do not provide and maintain it. And I can assure you, we have a structure that is designed to ensure that roads in Lagos receive attention as needed. And like we always say here, we run a 24 hours operation. As the challenges are developing on the roads, we're dealing with them and intervening upon them very quickly.
As a strategic agency, are there challenges faced by the agency, and how do you surmount or manage these challenges?
There are many. Lagosians have not taken ownership of the roads. And there's a need for Lagosians to understand that every project, every road, as Mr. Governor says regularly, is owned by the people, because we run a democracy which is government of the people, by the people, for the people. The same thing, if you spin it, it is a project for the people, by the people's money, for the people. And as such, every project, Lagosians must take ownership of, protect it, love it, take care of it. And until we get to that level, we'll continue to have a lot of challenges on our road. Number two is incessant abuse, which is an extension of my first point, that we don't take ownership. And abuse of the road. We finish a road today, and the next thing you see, somebody is cutting that road to lay a pipe. And the neighbors are there, the owners of the road are there, and they are looking at him and they are unconcerned. or you see a mechanic somewhere that is pouring diesel on that same road, and asphalt and petrochemicals are not friends. Or somebody is damaging a drain. Somebody has turned a drain into a refuse dump. That refuse comes on the road. By material degradation, it begins to affect the quality of the pavement. So those are our challenges. Those are things that we must look at. It is imperative that abuse of our roads are a major challenge. Now, we're building in a built environment. Lagos is completely built up, and we're building in Lagos. One thing that is critical is that Lagosians must learn to exercise patience. But you will see the average Lagosian wants to come into a construction zone because he's in a hurry, endangering himself or herself and the workers. You will see us lay fresh asphalt, and somebody will drive through our barricade, especially the military and the paramilitary. A lot of social problems. And we also, like I said, must learn to be patient. Even as we are requesting that Lagosians are patient, as government agencies, we also must be patient in taking Lagosians to the place of knowledge and understanding that will make us work together as a team. Because the ultimate objective is to become Team Lagos, government and the people.
So, GM, you've just mentioned some of the very disturbing challenges the agency have experienced, and you're also making efforts to ameliorate the situation. So, how do Lagosians get in touch with you to make inquiries, complaints, and other necessary findings, all in the bid to make your job much easier?
We're in an era of free information flow. And as such, I want to implore Lagosians. This is our Lagos. When you see something, please say something. If you see a bad portion of the road, please let us know. See someone destroying our roads, take ownership, let us know. We're on Facebook at LSPWC, and then LSPWC_official, Twitter at Lagos Public Works. Please take ownership of the roads, because the roads ultimately serve you, and will make sure it serves you better.
Now, how would you describe the support of Governor Sanwo-olu to the agency?
The agency is Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu, because without his support, without his brilliant focus and direction, we would not be able to do all the things that we have described glowingly. He drives, he teaches, he mentors, he challenges, and he supports with every resource at his disposal. So he is the reason why we are here.
Mr. Tokunbo Janako, General Manager, Lagos State Public Works Corporation, on Lagos Agencies in Focus. So, GM, on a very final note, any word of encouragement, appreciation, assurance to all stakeholders and Lagosians in general?
Thank you very much for that. We must express our most sincere appreciation to the good people of Lagos for keeping the faith, because the work that we do here is a synergy with the people, something that requires a lot of faith in us by the people. And at every point in time, in every nook and cranny of Lagos, the people have kept faith. They have worked with us. And I must say that we're very grateful. Also very important and of paramount interest to this agency is our appreciation to our principal, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Governor himself, Babajide Sanwo-olu, and his deputy, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, who have led from the front. They have led in every way possible. They have taught, they have motivated, they have encouraged, they have lifted at every point in time. They have provided resources. They have given direction. Where we are today is only because they have led from the front. And as such, we can only say thank you to the good people of Lagos. I want to appeal. Every road is an investment in our future. Every road belongs to the people. Let us take ownership of our roads. Let us protect the roads. Let us ensure that the roads serve us, so that ultimately we can enjoy it together. Because, like I always say, The Lagos State Public Works Corporation has the responsibility of ensuring that the roads are motorable 24/7 every day of the year. And like we say in this corporation, Lagos State Public Works Corporation, we never stop working.
Tokunbo Ajanako, GM, Lagos State Public Works Corporation, has been our guest on the program. I want to thank you, sir.
Thank you so very much.
And we will not fail to say that from what you've said so far, it's been a very proactive, dynamic agency, all in the bid to meet up with your mandate, your vision, and mission statement. It's been quite expository and informative about the various initiatives, efforts, and achievements of the agency, all in the bid to, of course, sustain the greater Lagos vision in line with the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu. The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment. We'll be right back. If Lagos is your dream city, keep hope alive until we come your way again next week. Thanks for watching.